So now we're going to talk about splinting broken bones. So on the ambulance, we use an air splint, which is a tube that you can stick an arm or a leg in and blow it up with air. But we also have boards, which basically is just a board with a pad, and then we either tie around it with a triangle bandage or sometimes we use tape. So this Warrior Kid Medic bandage is a multi-tool, and that's why it's one small thing you can carry to do lots of things. So for a broken bone, we want to consider that under the skin, the bone is broken, and with movement, we don't want that. That's painful. That could cause damage to tissue. It could cause damage to veins, arteries, nerves. We don't want any of that. So naturally, you're going to want to stabilize it. You'll do this without thinking about it. But for a bone, a pretty common one we're going to demonstrate today is a radius ulna break or a wrist injury, a wrist fracture, where if it's riding a bike, it's jumping, running, and you put your hands down, it's a pretty common injury. So let's say it's broken right here in the middle. We always want to have a rigid object to stabilize it, and we want to affix that above and below the injury. So your most important tool is your brain, right? Well, common sense can tell us it could be a spoon, it could be a stick, it could be a piece of cardboard or a cereal box. Anything that's rigid that we can tie around the injured area works really great for stabilization. Multiple times with ankles, I've gotten a pillow, wrapped it around someone, and then tied it on with something. Could be tape, could be a triangle bandage, but it's great for stabilizing. So thank you, Caleb. If it's broken right here, we want to tie above and below. Let's say the elbow was injured, we would just slide it up and we'd stabilize above and below the elbow. So for now, we're going to focus on that forearm type radius ulna break. Even though he's hurt, he's still in the fight. Can you hold that for me? So when we have it all spread out, super simple, just roll it up. And I could just do one time around and tie it, but because I have this length, I'm going to use it to get a little extra stabilization. I can wrap around a few times, bring it over the top, one simple tie. And of course, we love using our slip knots, tie a slip knot there. So if it ends up hurting him, I need to either loosen it or tighten it, I can do that. Second Warrior Kid Medic bandage, I always carry two. Same thing, above the injury, we'll wrap around a few times, bring it over to the top, and then secure it. Now I don't want to tie directly on top of the injury, just mostly because that would be painful and I don't want to cause any damage or pain. So I've got it tied and we're good to go. You can, if needed, also put a sling on this if you have a third triangle. And if we have a long way to get out of the woods or get to the hospital and he feels like this is rubbing him, I can put some cloth. I can either use the tails or find something else common sense to stick under whatever my rigid object is to protect his skin. And sometimes there can still be movement. So what we would do is find whatever we can to stuff these void spaces so that it creates a little bit more security. And that's your basic splint. It can work, like I said, on arm, elbow, can work higher up, can work on a leg as well. Thanks for watching.